Welcome to the Hades 32 Heat Community Series, where we are clearing Hades at 32 Heat with community-suggested runs. So we've already done every weapon, every aspect. Now I'm actually going to do some runs suggested by you, the viewer, and commenters on my videos. So if you leave a comment on one of my videos, I may actually do a run at your suggestion. And today I want to do a run suggested by somebody who didn't actually suggest a run with a weapon or an aspect, but instead Pact of Punishment settings. So we are going to try a run with extreme measures turned down and tight deadline set to 7 minutes. So no extremist measures Hades, no 5-minute deadline, and we got to figure out what we're going to use instead for our Pact of Punishment. Now, for a weapon, I want to showcase a Zagreus Fist build. Similar to one we did with Gilgamesh, we're going to do a Merciful End build. But with this, we are going to be focusing on our... the reason why I want to do Zagreus Fist Merciful End as opposed to Gilgamesh is that you have much greater control over your dashes than you do with Gilgamesh. And so it makes it... You're sacrificing the damage output you get with Gilgamesh for the control that you get with Zagreus. So for this, we're going to start with the Blood-Filled Vial from Ares. We want to start with Curse of Agony and get it as palmed up as we possibly can before we even leave Tartarus. For our Mirror of Night settings, we're actually not going to change anything. We want to keep God's Legacy because Merciful End is an absolutely necessary, required boon, and we want to get it as soon as possible. For our Pact of Punishment, though, let me just set what we had before. There we go. So this is what I have in my setup video. Now, at the request of this viewer, we cannot have tight deadline at 5 minutes, so we have to keep that at 7. That's fine. I usually don't put it at 5 minutes anyway. I'm not a speedrunner. However, extreme measures, we have to turn that down, which is going to cost us 4 heat, so we have to make that up somehow. So, in place of that, I am going to put damage control all the way up, because we're going to be applying so many hits that damage control is really not going to be too much of a threat. And instead, we have to make up the 2 heat elsewhere. We could maybe go with heightened security and jury summons. You know, that is an option. Just face more enemies and then avoid traps. We could potentially go with hard labor lasting consequences up a little bit. Underworld Customs is risky. Underworld Customs is very risky, especially if you don't take Fated Persuasion. Because if you get offered Curse of Agony, Divine Dash, and Merciful End as the 3 boons to purge, you have to pick one and it'll kill your build. So Underworld Customs I would prefer to avoid. Routine Inspection I almost never take. Disabling the top 3 Mirror of Night things? No. And Approval process has screwed me over way too many times for me to even consider taking, because almost every time that I take this, it blacks out the one boon that I'm actually going for. I think we're going to turn up Jury Summons by 1 point. Because if we get the build that we're going for and we get it early enough, the extra enemies that we face isn't really going to be too big of a threat. And I think Lasting Consequences. I don't really like turning Hard Labor up too high. It just gets to be a little much. But Lasting Consequences we can manage. So Lasting Consequences we've turned up by 1. Jury Summons we've turned up by 1. Damage Control we've turned up all the way, but Extreme Measures turned down to 3. Let's see how we do. 32 heat with the fists. This is one of my favorite builds. It is not my favorite build, but it is one of them for sure. If I had to say what my favorite weapon is, I would say it's the fists, just because there's so much you can do with them. There's so much flexibility and versatility to the builds you can do. My favorite build is my Chiron Hangover Bow. Perfect. Epic Rarity Curse of Agony right off the bat. That's a great start. Yeah, my favorite build, without question, is Chiron Hangover Bow. But my favorite weapon, overall, is probably the fists. And so this is, I would say, Merciful End Zagreus Fists is my second favorite build. Now, I'm doing Zagreus Fists because, again, the dash that you get and the dash strike of the regular fists, we'll take the hammer, is, I find preferable to Gilgamesh, just because Gilgamesh can be a little bit tricky to control, and the shorter range dashes can mess you up if you're used to the irregular dash. But the reason we're doing Zagreus over Talos and Demeter is because, frankly, it offers the most useful bonus for this particular build. Okay, we wanted Breach and Cross, we didn't get it. Rolling Knuckle's okay, but it doesn't actually increase the damage of our Doom. Colossal Knuckle's not really a huge deal either. We'll take Rolling Knuckle, I guess. More damage is helpful, even if it's not really what we were going for. Yeah, having a 15% dodge chance just increases your survivability a little bit, so Zag Fist is, I would say, the most useful for this particular build, because we're not really using our special, so we're not going to be using the Demeter, Giga Cutter. I mean, we could, but it's definitely not the focus of the build, and it's not going to help with Merciful End at all. More Ares is always good. Let's see if we get Impending Doom. And Talos, again, you know, the Magnetic Cutter is not bad, but it increases your attack damage, not your Doom damage. And pulling in enemies close to you, the time it takes to do that, and when you're seeing as you're vulnerable when you do that, makes me not want to take that. Impending Doom. Impending Doom. Would have preferred a higher rarity, but hey, the fact that we got it early means we can put a lot of palms into it. And speak of the devil, here's a palm. So the next thing that we need, we actually don't need anything else from Ares, just Curse of Agony and Impending Doom. The next thing we need now is Athena. We want to get Divine Flourish, because we need that as a prerequisite for Merciful End. We want to get Divine Dash. That will allow us to trigger Merciful End rapidly. Okay, we're going to start by palming Curse of Agony, and then we'll probably get that up to about 150, and then we'll start alternating between Impending Doom and Curse of Agony with our palms here. We don't need Chaos for anything, so let's just take the extra Fated Authority here. Chaos actually really won't help us, and some of the curses can actually really screw us up, so I'm not going to worry too much about them. We could have maybe gone for like boon rarity or bonus health, but no guarantee we're going to get that, and I just kind of want to play this one a bit safer. But yes, we need Divine Flourish, because it is a prerequisite for Merciful End. We need Divine Dash. We need Blinding Flash would be great, because that'll help us apply Privilege Status. And then, of course, we need Merciful End. Delicious. Okay, I'm going to put one more to Curse of Agony, and now we will focus on Impending Doom. Okay, we've got a shop, and we'll take the shop first, see if we get offered Athena naturally. I doubt it, but you never know. Okay, we do have Hermes. That's an option. But I kind of want to save my Obel. I don't know. No, I kind of want to save my Obel. Hermes will come up again. Let's try a couple rerolls. Oh, beautiful. We got Athena already. Ah. Okay, bad timing on the dash there. Wretched Sneak is honestly probably the worst thing we could fight, because he tends to teleport away before our Doom can trigger, which negates the Doom, and it makes it disappear. Unless he tries to stab us in the back, and then he sticks around for a bit. Okay, what do we got? Divine Flourish, absolutely. Now we have the prerequisites for Merciful End. I guess we didn't need to save our Obel after all. We got Sisyphus here. So if we get either attack damage bonus, doesn't really make a difference for this build, but alright. Charon's Obel.
Most excellent. Thank you, mate.
So if we get either Ares or Athena, we will take them, because they both give us an opportunity to get Merciful End. But of the two, Athena is the one that we need the most of now. Actually, Athena is really the only thing we need at this point. Potentially, if we get Merciful End soon, we could go for Artemis as well. Because if we take True Shot, we could open the door to Deadly Reversal. And then when we deflect, we'll get a 20% crit chance bonus for 2 seconds, which would apply to our Doom effects. So that is a thought. But if we come across Artemis naturally before we get Merciful End, I'm less likely to want to take it, because then we could be offered Deadly Reversal in place of Merciful End, and that's not what we want.
I'll take it.
Okay, at this point now, Impending Doom's probably going to give us a little bit of more mileage, and it's going to be give or take 1 or 2 points. from there on, so we're just gonna kind of alternate between them. We may put one more point into Impending Doom and then focus again on Curse of Agony, but the trick to this build is just get those as high as you can. Here's the thing, with Impending Doom, it does increase the amount of time it takes for your Doom effects to trigger, but when you use Merciful End, it triggers it instantly, so the penalty of Impending Doom is completely negated when you get Merciful End. But since we don't have Merciful End right now, we're just going to make sure we've got Meg constantly hit with Doom as much as we can, and then just get out of her way. We don't need to stay around her. Oops. Let's try to avoid traps, please. That's kind of why I didn't take Heightened Security. 1 extra heat for 400% bonus trap damage is not worth it. If you ask me, Heightened Security should be at least 2 or 3 heat. But that's just me. I find traps sometimes a little bit difficult to avoid sometimes. But I do play with the controller, so maybe that contributes to that. But okay, glad we did not take Underworld Customs, because if we did, we'd be in trouble right now. But we are going to take the Owl Pendant. We're going to force Athena to appear, see if we get Merciful End right away. If we don't, we can always take Divine Dash. If we don't get that, we can take Blinding Flash. And if we don't get that, we can take Athena's Aid. So, we got some choices here. No Athena right off the bat, that's fine. There is a trick you can do to force Athena to appear in exactly the chamber you want, but it requires an Erebus Gate or specific Asphodel chambers. Okay, these guys are a bit brutal because they've got these. They've got laser beams and the magma traps. That's not fun. Clear out those traps if we can. Get some healing. There we go. Good. Excellent. Okay. And, ooh, Eurydice. Absolutely. Okay. So with Eurydice... Ooh, you know what? Oh, we have a choice now. Because we only have Curse of Agony, Divine Flourish, and Impending Doom. We don't have any other boons. So we could take Ambrosia Delight, and at least one of the boons that we want upgraded will get an increased rarity. It'll be either Curse of Agony or Impending Doom, or maybe both, which would be amazing. Or we could take the Refreshing Nectar and try to get the increased chance of getting Merciful End. Oh, this is actually a tough choice. But I think I have to take the Refreshing Nectar, because if we don't get Merciful End, this run is dead. If we have to get Merciful End. So anything we can do to get an increased chance at that, we gotta take it. And I did see Demeter offered at least once earlier. Maybe Demeter could be offered again, and if that happens, maybe we can just get Rare Crop. So let's take Refreshing Nectar.
Good choice.
Really hit the spot.
Yeah, that's a tough one, you know. If we didn't have Divine Flourish and all we had was Curse of Agony and Impending Doom, I may have taken the Ambrosia Delight instead, because Blue Rarity Impending Doom with Heroic Rarity Curse of Agony, it would be a little bit too good to pass up. But at the end of the day, it's just extra damage, and we can get that through pawns. But we can't get... there's only so many ways we can increase the rarity of future boons and increase our chances of getting duos. Okay, we'll take the shop for sure. Maybe we'll get Ares or Athena in the shop. We did, okay, and we still have Athena in the mini-boss. There's Merciful End, we got it. Excellent. Okay, now we just need... Oh, let's just take this. Impending Doom, sweet. Now let's take Athena, and let's see if we can get Divine Dash. If we get Divine Dash, we have burst this build wide open. Now, we can still trigger Merciful End just with our Divine Flourish, but it is a little bit slow and clunky, so we do have to kind of be cautious of that. I'm actually more concerned with the Skull Crusher right now than I am the Mega Gorgon, because he's going to be a bit of a pain. There we go. Good. Okay. And now we can focus on you. Whoa. Stay out of the way. Okay, can you not, like, float over the lava and just stay over here, please? Thank you. And there we go. Gotcha. Divine Dash. No. Dang. Okay, well, we will take Blinding Flash. That will give us privileged status. And then we just gotta hope we get more Athena soon. We can't force her with the Owl Pendant anymore, but we can re-roll mini-boss chambers to give us boons. And depending on... I may actually start using our Fated Authorities sooner. It's a gamble, but it may be a worthwhile gamble. Let's see. Okay, a Shop and a Centaur Heart. I'm gonna try one... That's a stupid gamble, but I'm gonna try it.
I'll take another.
Nope. Hermes is great, don't get me wrong, but we need Divine Dash. If there's a chance that Athena gets offered here, we have to take it. Nope, and we don't need any more Ares. We have Impending Doom and Curse of Agony, we have Merciful End. Let's take Hermes.
I'll take this one. Hyper
Sprint. This will be really useful if we get Rush Delivery. Because we're going to be doing dash strikes to get our Merciful End triggering, this will give us a 100% move bonus, and if we get Rush Delivery at an epic rarity, that'll give us a 100% damage bonus. So Hyper Sprint all the way. Greater Haste works too, but it's not as good. Greatest Reflex works as well to increase the damage bursts that we can do with our dash strikes, but if we can get Rush Delivery, that's going to be where it's at. Let's just get some heals now, please. Thank you. Now, I'm still really hoping we get Breaching Cross with our next Daedalus Hammer, but we have a list of priorities right now, and number one on that list is Athena. So even if we're offered a Daedalus Hammer, if Athena is the alternative room reward, we're taking Athena. But Breaching Cross would help us, especially if we come across things like the Giant Butterfly Ball for the mini-boss in Elysium. Okay, good enough. Good, okay. Punch upper, punch upper. Whoa, okay. Bad timing, and done. Yeah, we desperately need to get Divine Dash now, and unfortunately we've already taken the Owl Pendant, so we can't force Athena again. And because of that, we also don't want to take any Olympian keepsakes, because we want Athena to show up next. Not going to purge any of those. I guess we could, you know what? We don't need Divine Flourish anymore, because we have Merciful End. And you know what we can do? Palm Blossom. Now the only thing that can affect is Curse of Agony or Impending Doom. Until we get Divine Dash at any rate. Oh, I forgot we have Blinding Flash. Oh, and you know what? There's actually something else I've thought of. Let me reload this room. Never mind. We are not going to purge Divine Flourish. Yeah, we still got it. We're good. And instead... I'll take that, sure, why not? We'll still take the Palm Blossom, because there's a decent chance it could affect Impending Doom or Curse of Agony. And we'll just keep it for the rest of the run. But there is a chance we may come across Artemis. And if we get True Shot, that'll open the door to Deadly Reversal. Okay, we'll take the Daedalus Hammer, see if we get Breaching Cross. These things aren't too much of a threat to worry about, especially with Hyper Sprint. We can easily outrun them. And we just gotta make them crash into walls. Whoops, there we go. More. Ah. I hate great shields, especially when they're hasted. That is the worst enemy in the game, I swear. I hope we... Okay, so... Oh, Breaching Cross. Perfect. So here's the deal. Ooh, Hermes too. If we come across Divine Dash, before coming across a Charon shop, like a mid-region Charon shop, and he challenges us to a fight, we'll take that challenge. Because we have enough of a build that if we get Divine Dash, we can take Charon. Especially because we don't have to worry about Extremist Measures Hades. We'll take him on. Obviously you don't have to if you're going to do this build yourself, but we will. Ah, no Greatest Reflex, but maybe Hermes will be offered again in Styx, and we can give it another try. I'm going to take Swift Flourish just because until we get Divine Dash, we're going to need it. Okay. Okay. We don't need anything else from Ares, but if we get Divine Dash, let's go. We got ourselves the build. Alright. And now from here, we can take pretty much anything. Athena will still help if we can get Athena's Aid. That would be lovely. And if we can't, we may still be able to get Artemis, go for Deadly Reversal. But all you need to do now is Dash Strikes. Because you will trigger your Doom effect every single time you apply it and then dash into an enemy. And because our Doom is doing an insane amount of damage, we will rip through enemies. We don't even care what we get here. Just obviously don't replace your dash. I think Blood Frenzy, because that 15% damage bonus will actually apply to anyone. Ooh, here's Charon. Let's see if he challenges us. Oh, come on. Come on. I want to take you. We've got a build that can actually take him on. Oh, and we even did get Artemis, but we can't... shoot. Okay, well, I'll take the Palm. Curse of Agony, nice. I'll take another Palm. Fine. I do want to take on Charon at some point in this series, because we've yet to do that, and most of the time I don't even think about it because I'm so focused on just clearing the run that I don't want to risk it just for bragging rights. But there are some runs that are so good and so strong and so easy to clear that it's like, yep, I will take the risk. I will absolutely take on that challenge. Okay, well that was unfortunate. We'll be fine. We can always take a Last Stand or Deathless Stand from Athena. Or even just buy a Death Defiance. We've already passed up Patroclus, so can't do that, but... Okay, can you give me something to punch, please? These things are... I don't want to punch these things. There we go, that's more like it. Goodbye. Erased. Let's get show. Alright, Impending Doom up to level 4. We've got Curse of Agony up to level 5. That's excellent. Let's see if we can get Athena again. There we go, perfect. Let's go for Athena's Aid, preferably. Oh, lovely, and with Breaching Cross, this thing is just going to get erased. This thing's going to just get erased. And... no you don't. No you don't. No you don't. Done. Athena's Aid? Athena's Aid, I'll take it. We'll take Deathless Stand next time, if it shows up. More Palms. We just want to increase our Doom damage as much as we can, whether it's through Impending Doom or Curse of Agony. At this point, it doesn't really matter. Impending Doom is at the lower rarity, so we will focus on Curse of Agony over Impending Doom. We'll try to keep Curse of Agony about 2 levels ahead of Impending Doom, and then from there just kind of stagger between them. But yeah, we're golden at this point. We've got ourselves an amazing build. Like, this is a build that's strong enough that if we were facing Extremist Measures Hades, I wouldn't even be remotely concerned. An Impending Doom, there we go. I don't care about palming anything else, honestly, just our Doom. No, we don't need any of that. What do we got? What do we got? Let's take the bonus obol. Then we can afford another boon in the shop. And if we come across... and we can start saving up for sticks as well. If we come across Hermes, maybe we can get rush delivery still. Got an Erebus gate. Alright. Even just having Divine Dash is going to help us survive this run so much easier. But yeah, oh jeez, we're rolling now. Might as well. No reason not to. Make us invincible for the rest of this chamber. Easy. Erebus gate, obol, nope. Ooh, free palm, or... No, let's take the shop. Let's see what there is. No, we don't need that. And we've got too many boons to risk the random one. Let's just save our obol, see if we get Hermes and sticks instead. Let's just stay away from Theseus while he's doing that. Nope. No, thank you. Okay, got him down to half. Let's just focus on Theseus a tiny bit now. You know what, Asterius? Let's give you some debris to get stuck against. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, there we go. Fine. Oh, that... I actually don't know what hit me that time, but it's okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, shoot, because he's about to go into his... Well, I just wasted that. That's okay. It's done anyway. Alright. Okay, we've only got one Death Defiance left, but that's all we need. I don't think we'll need any more. As a matter of fact, I'm tempted to try something. I'm going to keep Divine Flourish. And I am going to take the Adamant Arrowhead. And let's see if we can get True Shot. And if we can, maybe we can actually still get Deadly Reversal. We don't need it by any means, but if we can make this build even more disgusting, let's go for it. First things first, what's in the shop? Nothing we need. Okay. Well, we can save up our obol for those palms. Or we could just buy a Death Defiance if we find one in the Well of Charon. Alright. What do we got? No, we'll save our obol. Giant bother, okay. That's fine. Make sure we time our dashes to deflect these projectiles, and we're good. Nope. Something came in at the last second. There we go. True Shot. True Shot. Done. Okay, now let's go for Deadly Reversal. Still have quite a few Fated Authorities, so let's re-roll...
Whatever, let's try it.
Nope. There we go. Artemis again.
I bet it's in here.
Let's try for Deadly Reversal. If we don't get that, we can always take pressure points. Excellent. This is actually turning out to be a better Doom Fist build than my Gilgamesh run. We just... I think in the Gilgamesh run we didn't even get Impending Doom, so this is... okay, well we'll take pressure points, that's fine.
No way.
We've got a couple more rerolls, so let's see what we can get. I'm going to keep my obel just for the time being.
No thanks.
1, 2... Oh, Athena, perfect. Lots of options here. We can get Deadly Reversal, we can get Last or Deathless Stand, we can get Sure Footing if we really want to. There we go. Okay. And oh, cleared yet. And a Satyr Sack, perfect. Two mini bosses and a Satyr Sack, that's good. No Deadly Reversal. We'll take Last Stand though. Just give us that bit of wiggle room. Now we've got more than we need. Let me just do one last reroll. Nope, not worth it. Okay, let's buy some stuff here. Let's buy this palm. Oh, well, I was hoping for... We'll take Athena's Aid, and we'll buy this palm as well. Curse of Agony, good. Okay. And with that, we got about 12 minutes on the clock. 2 Death Defiances. One of the strongest Doomfist builds I think I've ever done, with the exception of Deadly Reversal. That would have been the only thing missing here. But Deadly Reversal is purely bonus. It is entirely optional. It is not necessary at all. As it stands, I actually don't think we're going to lose a single Death Defiance in this fight. We're going to tear them apart even without it. I honestly don't even care about avoiding that, honestly. There we go. I'm more concerned about speed than anything else. I just want to see how quickly we can do this. As long as I can time the dashes properly. No, that wasn't properly. Okay, there we go, good. It was... I probably could have saved that, but that's fine. Second phase, let's go.
Come on, get up.
And because he's not Extremist Measures, he doesn't have the Blast Wave that knocks us back. So we can literally just stand in front of him, and if we're, well, not quite this time. We are doing dash strikes, so we can't quite stay right next to him to avoid the damage, but that's okay. We already won. That's it. This is why I actually like doing Extremist Measures Hades, is because that was not even a challenge. I like Extremist Measures because it gives me a challenge. That felt dissatisfying, I'll be honest, because I feel like I've got this super strong build. Let's test it. Let's test its limits. Let's take on a big, bad, tough guy. And that felt like it was easier than some chambers. But, as per your request, Hades cleared at 32 heat without Extreme Measures 4 or tight deadline at 5 minutes.
In the name of Hades.
So, what do we need? Those are the... No, not that. That's it. Those are the boons. So we want Curse of Agony, Divine... let's see. Let's say Curse of Agony and Impending Doom. Then Divine Dash, and then Merciful End. That is what I would say is necessary for this build. It's a stupidly easy build, honestly. Now, okay, honestly, you don't even need Impending Doom. That's it. Curse of Agony, Divine Dash, Merciful End. Impending Doom increases the damage by a lot. It makes it way faster. So does Blinding Flash, though, because if you get Privileged Status on your Mirror of Night, it gives you a bonus 40% damage on your Doom effects. Technically, you need Divine Flourish because it is an absolute requirement for the prerequisites for Merciful End. But once you get Merciful End, you can purge this, and then you don't need it. But I would say Impending Doom is the best thing you can go for with this build. I love this build. It's just fun. And I mean, yeah, you can absolutely demolish Hades. You can demolish Charon with this. It's so much fun. So with that, we've got a fish. You know the drill. Every time there's a fish on the surface, we take it.
Got a bite.
Aw, not a perfect catch.
Hey, it's a bass.
Oh well. So yeah, that'll do it for this run, and yeah, I'll see you next time with another community-suggested run. If you have a run you want to see me do, whether it's with a specific weapon, a specific aspect, a specific boon even, specific Mirror of Night or Pact of Punishment settings, let me know, and I will give it a try. You know, there's a couple runs that I still have submitted that I will be getting through, but if you leave a comment, assuming I don't get overwhelmed with them or anything, you know, I will attempt whatever build you suggest. So, with that, that'll do it for this run, and I will catch you next time.